one of the things that compelled me to get into this race, and I'll close, because people always ask me about my young family. I do have a young family. 2 girls that are 9 and 7, 2 boys that are 4 and 2. All of my children are extremely opinionated and talkative. I don't know where they get it from. And the most important job I'll ever have is that as father and husband. If you get those wrong, everything else doesn't work. I used to read that in books and magazines early on in my children's lives. I used to say it because it was the right thing to say. Now I understand it. You really come to understand that when you meet billionaires who are miserable because they have no relationship with their kids and they've had 3 failed marriages. So I know how important that is. That weighed heavily on me when I decided that I was going to jump into this race that would require me to be on the road 3 or 4 nights a week. But in the end, I knew that one day my children would grow up. And by that point, the decision that is before us will have been made. And if my children grow up and America is no longer exceptional, they will know that it was not always that way. They will know that there was once a time when there was nothing like America in all the world. They will know that there was once a time when this society was unique and privileged in all of human history. And they're going to want answers. They're going to want to know where I was when all this was happening and why I did nothing about it. I won't be able to tell them it was too hard. Not the son of parents who struggled and sacrificed their whole lives. They're going to want to know what we did. Your children and grandchildren are going to want to know where you were and how we allowed this to happen. They will be angry and disappointed, and they will have every right to be. Because today, America is in the hands of the only leaders in our history, in both parties, by the way, who seem perfectly comfortable with the idea of allowing our children to inherit our problems unresolved. Of people that will say or do anything to get elected, irrespective of the consequences. Literally, they will say anything to get your vote. And I don't mean like anything from election to election, I mean like from month to month. They will change their position on an issue if the polls change. Stimulus was popular 9 months ago. I'm for the stimulus. Stimulus is not so popular today. What stimulus? Now, in normal times, that's annoying. In times like this, we can't afford it. Nothing has done more damage to America and our republic than leaders that do not know why they are in office, who are there because they want to be someone, not do something, who want their first name to be senator, who are running for office because it needs to fill a void in their life of some sort, and who will say or do anything to get elected. To them, every election is Halloween, an opportunity to dress up in whatever costume is in style that year. And like I told you, in normal times it's annoying. Right now it's just downright dangerous. I need your help. I'm not perfect. I'm not a one-man show. I'm not a political messiah. This campaign isn't even about me. I just happen to be the person that's able to do that. I have the health, the blessings from God, a family that's supportive, an economic situation that tolerates this at least another 16 months. No, I'm not in foreclosure. I'm just saying that I can do this now. I couldn't have done this 2 years ago. I probably couldn't do this 2 years from now. But I just happen to be the guy right now that can do this. I don't know why, but that's the way it is. I feel blessed for this opportunity, for the chance to try to give something back after so much that I've received. Don't be fooled. I thank God, I literally thank God every night that Cuba is 90 miles away from the U.S. and not from Spain. That Cuba was 90 miles away from the United States and not from France. I thank God every night. Because that doesn't mean I would be doing poorly in those countries, but I wouldn't be standing up here, I can assure you that. With that comes an obligation, a real sense of responsibility. This campaign is not about me. Don't deposit your trust in me, the person. If my wife were here tonight, she would tell you I'm wrong at least 90% of the time. At least at home. She will tell you that every Thursday I forget to take out the garbage. And that I'm not very good at doing handiwork around the house. So don't deposit your faith in me. Deposit your faith in us, in our republic, and the principles that work well together. All my campaign is a megaphone. It's just a place for people who are tired of apologizing for their principles. It's just a place for people that are tired of being told they have to water down what they believe in. Otherwise we can't win elections. Of people who are tired of being told that somehow we need to be quiet about what we believe in. That's all this campaign is, an opportunity to fight for what we believe in, for what we know will make our country great. I also laugh when people say you're an ultra-conservative candidate. I don't shy from that label, but I gotta break the news to them. The only extremists I know in America are the ones that think we should spend money we don't have. that America should become more like the rest of the world, and are the ones that do not believe that the ones who believe that America should be a place where government picks the winners and the losers. We are the mainstream of American thought. You want to know how I know that? Here's how I know that. In every debate I've ever seen, the Republicans all fight over who's more like Ronald Reagan. Isn't that basically the gist of all Republican debates? They all argue over who is more like Ronald Reagan. I've never seen the Democrats fight over who's more like Lyndon Johnson or Jimmy Carter. Hillary wanted to be Bill Clinton. We are the mainstream of American thought. You won't know that by turning on the television unless you pick the right channel. You know what channel that is. But we are the mainstream of American thought. It's the reason why Barack Obama ran on the promise of cutting taxes for 95% of Americans. And the reason why he didn't run on the promise of expanding government. There's a reason for that. It's the reason why they're going around telling people the public option is about competition. There's a reason why they're saying these things. I know you're not all Republicans, but as Republicans, we win when we are ourselves. And we lose when we're anything else. At a minimum, I tell people this country's already got a Democratic Party. It doesn't need two of them. This campaign is not about me. It's about an opportunity to send to Washington people, and I hope the speech is being given somewhere else tonight, in multiple places. It's about the opportunity to send to Washington, D.C. people that will stand up to what's happening and argue that America should not abandon the things that have made us great and exceptional, and that in fact the 21st century can be greater for us than the 20th if we choose right. But I need your help to do that. I need you to vote for me. I need you to get people to vote for me. I need you, quite frankly, to contribute to my campaign. Because it costs money to communicate with people. I don't know if you've read this week our polling. The good news is we've cut our opponent's lead in half. The bad news is we're still behind. And you want to know why? We're still behind because half the people in Florida have never heard of it. They don't know enough about us. It costs money to communicate with them. It also costs money to defend your record because you know what happens next year, right? As soon as you pick up some momentum. The other side will spend money convincing people that I'm evil. They've already started. Apparently, started by apparently having a mortgage is evil. The newspaper reporter wanted to know why I had a mortgage. I go, because I needed to buy a house. I said, why didn't you buy a cheaper house? I go, I live in West Miami. And it's like, look, I know that all the things I stand for are popular. I know that there are a lot of things I believe in that poll 50-50 or less. I'm used to it. I've always aspired to be on the right side, even though it's not necessarily the winning side, because I think if you do that consistently, people respect you for it. They don't have to agree with you on everything, but if they know that you believe what you stand for, genuinely believe it, that you came to it after reflection, and it's based on your principles and your life experience, not on some poll, they respect you. And I think we need more people like that. I hope to be one of them. I hope you'll give me the chance to be a U.S. Senator. I told people I don't really want to be a senator. I do want to serve in the Senate. Unfortunately, they won't let you serve in the Senate unless you're a senator, so I guess I'll have to do it. But you'll still be able to call me Marco. How's that? Thank you very much.